got diamonds, you got CZs. CZs, wake up, get to it, and repeat.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he's going to have the Rams first down as he gets it up past the 35. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, go here!
Stafford. Flush to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there. And the Rams had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
I don't believe that that was called right here in the moment. I believe this was called during practice this week, that he was going to decide to be aggressive even on his own side of the field.
Just, you mean because it's the opening drive? Maybe they had this scripted?
I think that he just talked about it with his team and said, listen, I'm confident in you. If we end up in this situation, we'll go for it early just to set a tone in this game.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Rams defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 6. Here's Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Hamler now on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And this is like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that's one where if you get your hands on it, You should expect to make the play. That could have gone for big yardage, but he just couldn't get it to stick to those big mitts.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Akers hit. He coughs it up. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Play action. Now Purdy. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Purdy looking to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. On 1st down, it's Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st down at Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
Kupp beats the defense first that time. There really was a defense who could stop him the last 2 years. Only an ankle injury slowed him down, ending his 2022 season after 9 games. He was on an all-pro pace, and we expect to see the same again this year.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Stafford. This pass caught by Hamler. He got 29 yards that time. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
22. 50-50.
Stafford now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners add 6 to their lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Hey, Red!
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Zebra!
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
32.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Stafford looks to throw again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Omaha, ready to move! Hey, 5-0! Hey, give me radar.
To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, Why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. A second down throw for Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now Moody for the PAT. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Niners 21, Rams 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break. Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first
Take it away, Coach.
And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Badgley set to kick off.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Down the right sideline. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the 49ers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4.
Right, because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible.
There he goes, right side.
On the move past the 40. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers.
71 yards.
And the Rams get a bit closer.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Down the numbers. There he goes. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to widen their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Moody good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one's pretty much all